This is Eric. I'm the host of Talking with Famous People, and today let's get 3 small tasks done. What are those 3 small tasks? Well, right now, what's interfering with my ability to get 3 small tasks done is the fact that Rachel's taking a shower and she's blasting music. So I'm here in the kitchen where hopefully it doesn't come through enough that you can hear it, standing behind a bunch of stuff. So anyway, I closed the door to the bedroom, but I can still hear it quite clearly. Elvis Costello's in the background playing Pump It Up. And let's see what comes on next. Anyway, what are the 3 small tasks that I want to get done today? Well, it's Beach Blonde, I think is the name of this artist. Enjoyable Friday to you as well. And yes, this is very exciting stuff. I'm going to articulate to you the 3 small tasks we're going to get done today. And I think you're going to be impressed, amazed, and delighted. And I want you concurrently to attempt to find for yourself 3 small tasks that you'd like to get done. And let's do tasks together. Let's have a productive Friday of task doing. Now, remember, the task can't be too big. Otherwise, it's not a small task. Exactly what sort of task are you talking about, Eric? What kind of size task are you referring to? I need to fill out this paper so we get internet at the new house. And that's one of the tasks that we need to do today. One of the small tasks. It's just one piece of paper. So I think that it should be straightforward enough to complete this task. I believe in myself, so to speak. But it's not the first task that we're going to do today, okay? It's not the first task. If you thought it was the first task, you weren't listening carefully. Because I said this is a task that we're going to do today, not the first task, okay? The first task we're going to do today is something a little bit more fun than that task. And what is the first task that we're going to get done today? Cat down the road, I'm speaking to you directly. Yes, cat down the road. Let's get 3 small tasks done. Not just me, all of us together. So, I'm encouraging the world to be productive today because I am trying to encourage myself to be productive today. Watering the plants. That's a great small task, Elaine. That's a great small task to prioritize here today for your first small task. While I'm pulling a preparatory wrong bit, hong bit. I don't know why I keep calling it wrong bit. Anyway, while I'm pulling a motivational hong bit in the background, you can look at the TV. That's what I see when I'm sitting here. It's an intimate, behind the scenes look. All right. So, what is the first task that I am here? I'm here to motivate you. What's the first task that I'm going to do? Well, it's called slow cook a untrimmed tri-tip. Okay. So basically, I'm making dinner for tonight. That's what I'm doing right now. And in the process of doing this relatively small task, I will also teach you some important lessons about how to make tri-tip crock pot. So if you're into important lessons, you're going to love this one. Alright, first thing you need to make an untrimmed tri-tip in the crock pot is a crock pot. We have one right here. We're going to plug that in using this plug part and this outlet. Alright, now I've made quite a few so-called pot roasts before using this implement of cooking. And one thing I've come to understand and realize, learn and know is that the first thing that should go in the crock pot is the meat. Okay, don't try to put vegetables in first, then the meat sits up too high. So this is an untrimmed tri-tip, which means it still has all the fat on it, which is what you want. And compared to other equivalently sized cuts of meat, it was relatively inexpensive. So that's a good reason to get tri-tip. Probably should have washed my hands before I put the meat in, but whatever. Close enough. Close enough, I say. So right off the bat, I'm just going to pour in the rest of this hard cider that we bought for guests for Christmas time. I don't drink, so this is a good ashtray though. I'm going to keep this bottle as an ashtray, I think. Alright, what other liquids should you put in this? Well, you're going to want broth, okay? We're going to use a can of beef and a can of chicken broth. Best way to open these broths is just like this. You put one meow on one side and one meow on the other side, and then it pours nice and easy. That's a little lesson from Mom for you, okay? Something I learned from my mother. Alright, now we've got a can of beef and a can of chicken broth in there. Plus a little bit of alcohol, but really we need a little bit more alcohol in there. Alcohol is the secret ingredient that works wonders when you're making a pot roast. Ideally wine, right? Wine's your top choice for alcohol in a pot roast. Alright, we're going to cut some vegetables over here in a minute. But I'm gonna leave you looking outside so you can't hear any of this background music that Rachel's blasting while I go get a bottle of wine from the garage. Okay, I asked Rachel to turn off the music, so now we can have you inside safely without any copyright concerns. All right, so I decided against opening a whole bottle of wine just to put some of it in here. Instead, I'm going to pour this beer. This is a real beer with real alcohol in it. And I'm going to pour this real beer, which is Guinness, into this pot roast. And I'm going to pour this one Christmas fake beer. It's kind of gross to drink, but it seems like it might be good flavoring for a pot roast. It's got some like fruity flavors in it. Alright, so now that we've put all the liquid that we need in the pot roast, and I'll show you, it's covering the pot roast completely. You can see the meat is completely covered in liquid. I believe that's the way the children are our future. So, all right. Next, let's get out some other things to put into this crock pot. What we have here, these are little carrots. We've got a couple of onions here we'll chop up and put in. And we've got some small potatoes. These small potatoes, they are good to get for pot roasts because you don't have to chop them up as much. Alright. Talk about you made, your pain and suffering. Alright, so I've turned on some lights over here. Let's turn the camera so you can see all the hot cooking action, okay? The carrots, I don't need to do anything to the carrots. That's why we got these kind of carrots. I'm just going to put some of them, but not all of them, into the crock pot. I'll put about half the bag in. It seems like enough carrots. Alright. And as far as these potatoes go, you know, I think there's an ongoing question that we should all ask ourselves every single day. And that question is, should you wash potatoes? Good question, everyone. I applaud you for asking it. Should you wash potatoes before using them? The answer is you probably don't have to. They've obviously already been washed or they've had dirt all over them. This seems like about the right amount of potatoes. Alright, sometimes though, even if you don't have to wash potatoes, you might want to just rinse them off a little bit. Okay. Alright, so now we've rinsed those potatoes. Let's ask another question that has an easier answer to the question, should you wash potatoes? Should you wash onions? No. The answer is no. You should not wash onions because they come already in their own little covering. Alright, so I've got this knife out here, which I'm going to use to cut things. Things like onions and potatoes. Alright. So to cut an onion, you want to cut off one end and then cut off the other end like that. Then throw those pieces away. Then you make a cut like this and you take off the outermost layer and you throw that away. And then you just chop, chop, chop until your little heart's content. These don't have to be super small because they'll get really soft in the crock pot. That's small enough. So then I'll just take these, put them in here, like that. Alright, now we're going to repeat that process with onion number 2. We cut off the ends like this, and then we make a little cut like that, and we peel back the outermost layer. This time it didn't come off so clean, but there you go. Now, we chop, 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 being careful, of course, at all times not to cut yourself. You don't want to cut yourself. That's no fun. Okay, put those onions in there. Things are looking pretty delicious already, and I haven't even hardly started. Okay, put those onions like that. Now we've got these potatoes. We're going to chop these into halves or quarters. It's not good to have too big of pieces of potato. You want to have them be kind of small like this. Chop, 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 chop. 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 And chop. Okay, so now that we've done all that chopping, we're going to put these potatoes in here. Okay. is going to provide meals for days, for sure. We're going to get a lot of meals out of this. Alright, so we're not quite done yet. There's a couple other things I want to add. A little bit of salt.
Hi, Squires. It smells so good in here already.
I haven't even started cooking it yet. Alright, some garlic powder. A little bit of dried onion. We'll need some pepper.
Oh, pepper's on the can.
Right here. A little pepper. Okay. And then right, we've got this stuff. Let's put a scoop of this in.
Ooh.
This is minced garlic. Get a nice big scoop of that. A lot of garlic, you may say.
Yeah. We're having an Italian pot roast.
Well, this is, you know, when you cook it for a long time, everything's going to really cook the flavors down.
Yeah. It's crazy how small everything gets.
Yeah, this is a big tri-tip too, so I had to really squish it down in there. Okay. Oh, wait. Let's see if we have this other thing. Do we have a ranch dressing? We do have a ranch dressing.
We're making it half Mississippi.
Yeah, well, this is the secret ingredient for pot roast is a packet of ranch dressing. This is ranch taco, so it's not regular ranch, but I think it's gonna do fine anyway.
It's gonna be so much fun flavor.
I know, there's a lot of fun flavor in here, is right. Smush that ranch dressing around so it melts. Okay, there we go. We are now ready for business. Put this on high. I don't remember which one's high.
No.
I think it's the second one, right? Off,
Warm?
low, high?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. Oh, I moved the trash can. Alright, now it's time to move the trash can back. Rinse off this knife and put it away. Put this garlic away. And we got some more things to put away over here. I will wipe off this counter. And then I've got to put these potatoes away. And these carrots. These carrots have to be put away as well. Okay, now I need to get all of this and put it in the trash can like that. Wipe this down. Put this back over here. Then I'll put the trash can back over here. And that's how you complete task 1 of your 3-task live stream. Bam! That's called hammering it out like no one. I'm making tri-tip pot roast, okay? That's one of the 3 tasks I have lined up for this stream, but there's a 4th unnamed task that I'm going to attend to right now. I actually need to eat some lunch before.
I need to eat some lunch too. I was just thinking about that.
Should I put in a couple of Frozens for us?
Sure.
If you want, there's leftovers from yesterday in the backseat of the car. It's been pretty cold. I'm sure it's still fine if you prefer that.
Microwave should be fine.
Okay, cool. So, I'll do 2 lasagnas. Alright, so these lasagnas each take 8 minutes and 15 seconds. So, to do 2 of them at the same time, we'll put in a time cook of 16 minutes and 30 seconds. And there we go. The other tasks that need to be completed, I think, can wait until after lunch. Okay, we've gotten 1 task done already, and that's very impressive work. Very, very impressive. Oh, the anti-task force is here.
Uh-oh.
To prevent us from getting tasks done. Gosh, I'm not even sure we need your help for that, Chris Chapman. I'm pretty good at not getting tasks done by myself. Hello, kitty. Hello. Hands up.
Hands up. Hey, Caroline. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Show Media. Hey, Chris Chapman. Chicken. Oh, you are so cute. You make me want to pet you. But you don't like it.
Hello, Caroline. Hello, Phoenix. Hello, Show Media. Tracy Chapman has a fast car. I've got a fast car. Look at me while I drive around. I've got a fast car. Tracy Chapman has a fast car. It's the one thing everybody knows about her.
I think her man has a fast car.
Do I remember when we were driving in your car?
Speed so fast that that guy was drunk. I think that's the whole line.
Yeah, apparently. You know your Tracy Chapman, Rachel. I'm very impressed with your Tracy Chapman knowledge.
Well, you know, we always say how, like, when songs that we learned when we were younger, we remember the lines too.
Yeah, true that.
And that song was very popular when I was little.
Cat down the road used to think she was a man.
Oh, really?
Well, she is a little bit, say, not feminine. That's Eric. He's great. You should check his shit out. He's just amazing.
Amazing.
All right. So in theory, Okay, look what I have. I've got paper I have to fill out. I've got something to write on.
Alright.
That's her less commonly known song. Oh shit, I got pulled over for speeding. Well, that was a little puke inducing.
Sorry about that.
It's okay, Rachel. In life, we all need to induce a few pukes. Okay? In every life, there needs to be a little bit of rain and a little bit of puking.
Purple rain?
Ideally purple, yeah. Ideally, you're driving a red Corvette in a raspberry beret when it begins raining purple rain.
Oh my god, that would be such a good mashup.
Especially if the real red Corvette is a convertible. Then you can get the purple rain on you. Alright, let's see. So, from what I understand, I have a fast car. And it costs... I don't get this. Internet data only. Like, what's the difference between internet and data only? You're causing me to have problems. That's fine. We're going to go to town later and we'll figure it out. First, last name. Eric Strauss. Phone number. Contact email. Oh, sounds like a package may have arrived.
Mail time.
Mail time. The mail has arrived. What's our zip code?
95338.
Okay. I thought too. All right.
That is it. It makes me scared. Like
We'll drive by and see, double check on the
Okay.
way out, okay? Okay. Okay, I need to sign it. Date, today's date. Today's date is the 16th of February. Feb 16, 2024. Printed name.
Hey, Luminix.
Bam. Bam. I just got task number 2 completed. I just got task number 2 completed right now, right here, that easily. So, look at me go. I feel a little bit like I'm wearing Jet Cool Taunt. That's what I feel like. So I've gotten 2 completed tasks done here of the 3 small tasks I need to do. The third small task that we need to do is actually, thank you, Lou. Phew, high five for you as well. The third small task that I need to do is actually a task that Rachel needs to do.
I hurt my knee.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the whole calling of the PG&E.
Oh yeah, I gotta call PG&E.
But I was thinking we could wait till after we eat for that.
Okay.
Because we've got a couple of hot and tasty lasagnas coming.
Yeah, we do.
Bailey Chavez asked, "Hey boss, how your day going?" Well, my day is going fine so far. I got up on the later side. I got up early, watched a cartoon or two, went back to bed, got up again, watched another cartoon or two. And then I began this stream, following through on a plan that I articulated to Rachel to live stream our way through getting a couple of these tasks done. And then after we get these tasks done, I've gotten 2 of the 3 done, after we eat lunch, the plan at that point is to go into town to hand in the paper to Sierra Tell and to to go get salad. To go get salad, and also at that point to find out whether or not the pharmacy is open on Monday.
Yeah, there'll be a sign.
Yeah, it'll say whether they're open or not. So I'm hopeful that they are open on Monday, because I have a distinct feeling I am not getting my prescription filled today, and I don't want to wait till Tuesday. Bailey Chavez says, "You gave me wise words earlier this week, so I greatly appreciate your wise, and you have a mellow vibe. I shared your video, the work you deserve to be a big YouTuber." Well, thanks a lot, Bailey Chavez. Bailey Chavez thinks I have a vibe like Carmelo Anthony. If you spell mellow like that, that's what you mean.
That's true.
You're referring to Carmelo
I haven't heard
Anthony.
that name in so long.
You probably heard it a lot back in New York.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because he played for the Knicks for a while. It was kind of a big media shitstorm because they didn't really do that well with him. He was kind of a ball hog, you know.
Freaking Knicks. That's another team. Like, I mean, I like the Knicks. I started becoming a Knicks fan during Linsanity, so it was like really fun.
Well, Insanity was great.
Yeah.
I wish he had been able to continue playing well.
Me too. I know, right? He was on fire, and it wasn't just like 1 or 2 times. It was like a full like month worth of like Jeremy Lin like
kicking ass.
Yeah.
Right? We've got an Israel-Palestine beef in the mix here in the
here we go.
in the chat. We've got hello, okay, greetings from Russia, who says glory to Israel. Phoenix, who says free Palestine. All right, here we go. Pow, pow, pow. Anyway, I'm gonna have to take a side here. Hello, okay? I'm gonna actually have to side with Phoenix on this one. I think I would prefer not to use the highly politicized expression "Free Palestine," but you know it's not inaccurate. I would put stop exercising sovereign authority over the Palestinian people and treat them as a separate sovereign nation would be a preferable saying over free Palestine, but it's hard to dispute the correct party in this matter.
I feel like Palestine should be freed also, and I don't like that if like people are saying if you don't side with Israel, that means you're an anti-Semite.
Yeah, well, that's just dumb. Rachel just said people are saying like if you don't side with Israel, you're anti-Semitic. That is insane. There's nothing anti-Semitic about opposing a nation's, policy of institutionalizing rights violations. It's basically just apartheid, right? So why should anyone be okay with it? It's ridiculous. But, I don't want to get into a big argument about Israel and Palestine. Fascist! I'm not a fascist. What's your guy's favorite food? Who? Am I your guy? Well, my favorite meal around here is extra crispy corned beef hash and eggs at the Sportsman's Cafe with white toast and hashed browns. That's my favorite meal in the county, frankly.
It's delicious. It's the best.
What do I think about Russia? I think they should stop invading Ukraine.
Yeah.
I think Putin's a nightmare.
Stop.
They're super just insanely sort of authoritarian, international scofflaws. There's no justification for their bad behavior whatsoever. And like I said, Putin's a piece of work, I tell you. Like all decent people, I also oppose China's attempt to annex Taiwan and its various strategies in attempting it. Obviously, I'm on the team called Free and Civil Society and opposed to the team called Authoritarian Bullshit. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I was a vocal opponent of the Second Gulf War, This whole notion of regime change. Of course, I was incredibly opposed to it. I think we should not be drone striking people of intermediate legal status as well. Like, are they enemy combatants? Are they, you mean like they're members of another nation's military that we're at war with? No, they're just people we think are dangerous or whatever. Obviously, that's bullshit. Obviously, it was bullshit for the U.S. to assassinate the Iranian general in Iraq as well. I guess that's terrible precedent. Thank you. Just take one of those from me.
Thank you.
Okay. Here's a knife and a fork for you.
Thank you.
And here's a knife and a fork for me. One China policy. I'm totally in favor of the one China policy, provided it's Taiwan that rules over one China instead of China. Instead of the PRC. I'm not down with the PRC, and if you're down with the PRC, then you're going to have some problems with me because I'm not down with the PRC. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm just not down with it. I've been to the PRC. I know how lame it is. How lame is it? Very lame. Hi, Count Dookie.
I want our numerology to be perfect.
Okay. There. I've made all the necessary adjustments.
Thank you.
Alone the Wall, hello. How are you today? Kryziak Halachko, hello. How are you today? Well, Count Dookie, I do a lot of things in life that are important. Here's one of them. The so-called smoking of marijuana.
No, there's no room up here.
Yes, it is.
You're so much like Garfield.
Yeah, you want lasagna. I call this picture cat wanting lasagna in pastels.
Ooh.
Pastels and pencil. Oh yes, I watched shows today. I will tell you which shows I watched today. We will look at my history. And we will tell you the words of truth that you need to know. So in reverse order, I watched Frieren Beyond Journey's End, The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, The Weakest Tamer Began a Journey to Pick Up the Trash. Then I watched an episode, 2 episodes actually I thought, but apparently not, of an extra Sword Art Online season. It's like one I've not seen before. It doesn't seem particularly good. It was kind of filler. Then I watched The Unwanted Undead Adventurer. Then Sasaki and Peeps. So this morning I've watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cartoons. Pretty good, huh?
I think so.
No, Carlos Paeva, no. No, those are not the tasks, okay? The tasks were, and I've already gotten 2 of them done. Cooking a pot roast. And filling out this paper. Now I don't know what world you live in. Well, it's not coming out right now. Carlos Paeva, but getting a piece of paperwork filled out, that's quite an accomplishment in my world, okay? Because as you point out here, papers are boring. Thanks, Casey White. Oh, he's moving away now, of course. He never wants to be cooperative. That's his number one way of being in life, is to be uncooperative. That's why his name is Trouble. I'll remind everybody, this is non-alcoholic beer. Not alcoholic beer.
I give you a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
I love you too. Since YouTube seems so concerned about what people consume on camera. You have 2 dogs and a cat. We have 2 cats and no dog.
2 cats and a dog.
Yes. What am I famous for? Being the best.
Aww.
Being the only YouTube channel in the world. That's what I'm most famous for.
You are the best.
No, I'm not a drunken American. This is non-alcoholic. Because I don't drink any alcohol. Well, we do love our 2 cats. One of them is very easy to love.
Yes.
One of them we love despite ourselves. Because he's a big pain in the ass.
Do you miss Pee-Pee?
No, I'm not that FI friend stuck. What are we eating? This is called Klaus-Toller. It's actually my favorite non-alcoholic beer that we can get around here. I think my all-time favorite is probably still Bitburger.
Yeah, Bitburger is really good.
Bitburger Drive is excellent. Yeah, I haven't drank any alcohol in over 10 years. We're eating lasagna that we cooked in the microwave.
Because if you like the taste of beer.
Because I used to drink a lot of beer, right? And at some point I quit drinking, but I definitely developed a serious taste for beer.
Yeah.
And non-alcoholic beer is very satisfying, you know. Yes, that's why I don't drink. Correct, Alexandre. It's because I'm an alcoholic. You know, I still am in some sense, but you could say I was more than a decade ago. Well, for some people it's fine, but not for me. Rachel and I both don't drink.
No.
Though I think for Rachel it's a choice, you know. For me, it's a choice like veganism or vegetarianism or something. For me, it's a requirement. I can't.
Well, I definitely should. I abused alcohol when I was not smoking weed. I definitely abused it. So I'm not a good drunk either. In fact, like, I embarrassed myself. You just get fucking embarrassing. Oh my god.
That's true. So yeah, I've come to become quite a fan of non-alcoholic beer.
It can be refreshing. To me, it's refreshing sometimes.
Yeah, and some meals are just perfectly matched with beer. Like if you're having, say, bratwurst or something.
Oh, yeah. And, like, when we're watching certain sports, too, like, I like to have a non-alcoholic.
Well,
I knew you were gonna say that Alexandra every was.
as I've explained before, you got to understand each person is a unique person. Everybody's got their certain kinds of indulgences that they engage in when as a reward to themselves and stuff, right? So one should always be wary about messing with someone else's temporal bargaining arrangements. You don't know what it's like. Let's say I were to stop smoking weed, but then because I stopped smoking weed, I started drinking again. Well, that would not be a good trade-off at all.
Nina Max, I recommend it. There's some good stuff out there. Klaus Holler's a good one. If you could get Bitburger, that's the best one.
Bitburger Drive is called.
Drive?
Drive.
Drive.
Because you can drive after drinking it. Because it's 0.0.
Heineken 0.0 is good too. I like Athletics.
Yeah, Phoenix. I mean, there's a lot of things to dislike about drinking, right? The hangovers are terrible. The dumb shit you do is terrible. What if I don't know how to drive a car before drinking Bitburger Drive? Well, then it'll teach you how to drive a car, Chris Chapman.
You can do it. You can learn how to drive a car after drinking Bitburger.
Well, Alex, that might work for you just fine, but I think it's ill-advised to generalize from your own experience into advice, unsolicited advice to others, you know? There's some unsolicited advice to you.
Oh, well, Luminix, perhaps it's also good for helping with your golf game. Honestly, probably. I know a lot of people who like drink and go golfing.
No, she's making a joke about Bitburger Drive.
Oh, good wordplay. Maybe it is helpful with your golf game.
That's called Health to Senior. As you can see, it's extremely healthful.
Healthful, just like iceful.
Yeah. Rachel, what do you think about calling the PG&Es and I'll come in and out, so to speak, but we may change places. I may be on the phone with them, and you may be on the live stream.
Okay.
We'll see.
And we're going in another room.
No, you go ahead and start calling them. We'll go outside for Health Tube 1.0. And then...
Thank you for calling Pacific Gas and Electric Company. Para servicio en español, marque 9. We are experiencing higher than normal call volume and extended hold time. If you are calling to report a gas or electric emergency, please stay on the line. If your personal
I'm
safety
so
is at
used
risk,
to this.
hang up and dial 911 immediately. For quicker assistance, you can view your bill details, gas and electric usage, and make payments at www.pge.com using your computer or mobile device. If you remain on the line, you may have an option for a
Press 2.
For service appointment, service and construction menu. If you're starting service at a new address, press 1. Stopping service. It's easy to start, stop, or transfer service at PGE.
Well, we'll see how that goes. You know, Rachel may come out here shortly and say, okay, I need information or whatever. We shall see. So there you get to look at the driveway while I enjoy a health tube for the benefit of all. I could put out some cutlets if you want me to. I put some out this morning, but they've eaten them all, I think. You want me to attract more wildlife? Okay. Okay, I put out some cutlets for the woodland friends. And close that garage door as per meow. Sounds like Rachel's getting through to a lady at some point here. So anyway, Rachel's attending to task number 3 of the 3 small tasks. She's calling PG&E to attempt to get the electricity in our name at that address as it is here at this address. What would be ideal is if they could combine it into one bill, you know? But they probably won't do that. It's kind of an unpleasant weekend to be, what do you call it? President's Day weekend. There's a lot of stuff that I'd like to attend to, but I feel like we gotta rush a bit to get a few things done today because everything's gonna be closed on Monday. So it sounds like Rachel's accomplishing something inside on the phone. Good for her regarding that. while she's doing that, we'll do like a little bit of a tour. Here's something fun to look at. I love this moss growing on our roof here. Doesn't that look nice? That moss? It's so, I don't know, quaint or something. Appealing in some moss-like way. So there's the gully. There's the gully. Some portion of that hill down to the stream at the bottom is ours. I'm not sure how much of it. Yeah! I'm over here. You need me? Okay, here I come.
What kind of plan do we want for the new place?
What kind of plans do they have for PG&E? Isn't it just you pay for how much electricity you use or whatever?
So yes and no. So the way that it's just based off of how it's billed. So there's three different ways that it can be billed. So we have time of use, which is there's two separate time of use ones. From 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day, the cost of electricity is going to be a little bit more expensive. Or there's 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. during the weekdays. So during that time, the cost of electricity is going to be a little bit more expensive. And then we have the tiered rate plan, which is the easiest way to explain it. There's two buckets. One's at a cheaper cost. Whenever you fill that bucket up, it moves into the more expensive bucket. But it doesn't matter what time you're using the electricity.
Okay, we want the tiered one.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one you guys are currently on as well.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
And then
Yes, that'd be great, please.
I can mute this if I need to. Just let me know if I need to mute this and we'll do that. Okay. Anyway, we're trying to deal with this. Getting the electricity turned on at the new address. And that's what Rachel's doing on the phone right now. This is the third of the 3 small tasks that we are attempting to get accomplished today. And that's pretty impressive if we get all 3 accomplished. And I was saying it'll probably take us 2 hours of live streaming to get these 3 small tasks accomplished. We're at 1 hour and 10 minutes. I get the concept of it. We especially want tiered at the other location because it's not going to be having electricity on all the time. You think the mold on my wall is finding a way out? No, we don't have any mold. Thank you very much. Every call for the last 20 years has been higher than normal call volume. Isn't that normal call volume at this point? You make an excellent point, Sean Lang. You make an excellent point. We also have moss here, see? It's between these rocks. These rocks are like stepping stones that you walk on. And they have moss in between them. There's a lot of moss over here. So it gets a little bit wetter right here. It's like moss central. Look at all that moss. That's moss you can really write home about and say, hey, I saw some moss today. There's a little shed. Hi, little shed. Hi, Eric. That's how the little shed talks. I should go back in front in case Rachel needs me again. She's going to be like, why do you keep leaving? There's some more moss for you. This time, got some little plants in it as well. A lot of moss. So, you know, if you're into moss, then you're really enjoying this live stream. Oh. Let's see what's going on here. It sounds like Rachel needs me again. He was just. All right, cool. So, sorry about that, everybody. I had to talk. I wasn't sure if it was going to be any like confidential information or whatever. But we fortunately are going to get both bills come to our house here, so we don't have to go get it out of the mail at the other place, you know. We'll still have to get the mail from the other place, obviously, but hopefully there won't be much in there. I could show you me again. I'm not enjoying a health tube. And once we're done with these 3 tasks, we'll probably wrap up the stream pretty quick. Since teleologically, the stream will have served its purpose. Any problems? No? Okay, cool. If you have encounter, if you need me, just holler. I'll be over here. Okay. So it seems like Rachel's dealing with it just fine. And I'm pleased that we're gonna have it mailed here. Well, it's been a productive morning. There's more paperwork I need to fill out, but at this point I'm thinking I might have to wait till Tuesday. Unless I want to call this place on East Coast hours right now, like at the last minute. How do you guys make the decision to rent out a new property? Well, it just makes a lot of sense based on where we live. It's low density population. There aren't that many properties available in general, and they seem, to my eye anyway, to be underpriced because since we live just down the street from this place, we'll be able to run the vacation rental ourselves. We'll be able to do the cleaning and whatever, right? We just drive the little wilderness car down the block that way, go to the house, clean up after these people, get ready for the next people. And that makes the return on investment quite good and quite reliably good because we live next to Yosemite during the busy season. From what I understand, talking to some property management people at our realtor, we should have close to full occupancy. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. So ultimately, our return on investment should be over 10% a year, which is quite good for and in cash money and income, which we need to convert the equity from that's currently in the markets where your only earning really occurs by way of appreciation into something that accomplishes both. I have no doubt that both our current property and the one we just bought are going to appreciate in value, but that's not why we're investing in them. It's because we're uniquely well situated to make the full amount of money off of this vacation rental because we're right down the street from it. So it's very TE in that regard. It's like the circumstances make the investment decision for us, really. We'll see how it plays out, It's like Rachel and I have never done anything like this before where we're basically going to be functioning like hoteliers, right? That we're going to just be, I guess, subcontractors of Verbo and Airbnb or whatever other kind of services there are like that. I don't know if there are any others besides those two. But, up here during the summer, everybody wants a place close to Yosemite. This is pretty close. You go up Triangle Road there and you're already in Mid Pines. So it is a little further from town than people generally want to be. But according to the property management person I talked to, she said it just means you got a little bit lower occupancy rates out in Jerseydale, which is where we are. If we were hiring a property management company to run the thing, they take 30%. So at that point, it doesn't seem like quite such a good investment, right? If you're paying 30%, you're probably just as well served anyway, maybe more well served, I'm not sure, to rent it as a month to month. Because I'm anticipating you'll get about 30% more than a month to month out of a vacation rental that you're renting per night, even given the less than 100% occupancy rate. I guess like this time of year, it's very dead in the vacation rental market. You probably just get things on the weekends. Probably this weekend they're filled up around here, but obviously certain times of year you're going to get a lot more action than others. So that's what made the decision. Originally we were envisioning buying properties and making them month-to-month rentals, as it would seem like it would be less hassle, you know. But looking at the economics of it, we're gonna try this first, see how it works, see how it goes. I feel very pleased that we're doing something, you know. We're not just sitting around and, you know, frittering away capital without really knowing what we're doing. It's like I can't see any real flaws in the plan. It's in a good place where people like to rent shit. Like everybody from Fresno, um, Bay Area. Bay Area is 3 hours away. Fresno's an hour and a half away. Sacramento's 3 hours away. They all might want to go to Yosemite. It's a nice, easy trip for them, you know? And we aren't super close to Yosemite, but we are super close to national forest that you can go up into and other public lands that have off-road roads and stuff like that. So that's another advantage of being back here in Mariposa Pines. And I thought even about offering to rent the Little Wilderness car to people as a way to make the rental more appealing. Rent it on the cheaper side, you know, like just enough to cover gas plus a little bit of profit for their car, but cover basically wear and tear. Sounds like Rachel's still on the phone with the PG&E people. So hopefully we haven't run into some kind of problem. Let me see. Let me mute you for a second again.
Both accounts will be on it.
Okay, and are you off the phone now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So we did it, Rachel.
We did it. That's a second task done.
No, that's all 3 tasks done. I filled out that paper
Oh.
already. Yeah. In just an hour and 24 minutes, we have all 3 tasks done.
Wow.
I was predicting 2 hours, so.
Good call. Good guess.
Yeah, Lou, I will look into that. We have not looked into that part of things at all, like into strategies for vacation rentals. Before we do anything like that, yeah, hot tubs are a big perk, but we don't have a hot tub. We're not planning on putting one in. We don't really have any place to put one. Although, I guess it's not impossible. We could put a hot tub in behind the house. It seems like a big hassle to keep clean and stuff. But yeah, I did hear that. I've heard that from the property management person I talked to that hot tubs are a big plus. Thanks, Acacia. High five to you too. I hope some of you out there as well were able to take advantage of the momentum of this stream to get a few tasks of your own done. Perhaps today's the day you shave your pubes. Well, maybe this motivated you to get around to it, you know? They definitely require maintenance, yeah, well. So we probably won't do anything like that. I'm anticipating we'll be on the lower end of vacation rentals here because, you know, it's a modest house. It's not like quaint looking or cool looking or particularly Instagrammable. We're going to do some stuff before we start renting it out. We're going to paint inside. I'm excited to go over there and on Tuesday, after we go into town today, we're going to turn this paper to the phone company, and then we should get internet on Tuesday. So that's pretty good. And then on Tuesday we'll have electricity and internet over there. We currently have electricity, but we'll have internet, electricity over there. We still have some propane in the tank. I gotta contact the propane company to get the propane on our account as well. And ideally, I'd like to go with JS West, but I've noted that the company name on the propane tank at the new house is not JS West. So that's something else we're gonna have to look into. Is it doesn't matter what the company name on the propane tank is. That company probably owns that propane tank.
I'm guessing so.
And if so, is it easier, or do we want to try to switch over to JS West? If so, are there going to be a big charge for putting in a new tank, right? So we'll need to look into that a little bit.
Okay.
But we won't deal with that for a while because it has some propane in it, I'm assuming. Let's see how much propane it has in it when we go by there today. Lou is almost done with a leather bag.
Ooh.
Excellent work, Lou. You should get a punching bag in case you ever think of it. I would never dream of hitting my lady.
Oh my God.
Never in a million years.
No, you wouldn't.
Even when I was a drunk, I didn't hit my lady. I'm not a lady hitter. I'm not even a man hitter.
It's true.
Also, a punching bag sounds like it would hurt my hands.
It would. You would get like calluses and stuff.
I've got wimpy little girl hands, okay?
I don't think you're musician hands.
I need to protect my hands for playing the guitar.
He is a real gentleman. That's like just normal. That's just be normal.
I'm not that much of a real gentleman. Like sometimes I don't open the door for Rachel. Sometimes I just go in front of her.
Yeah.
Sometimes I remember, hold the door. Rachel never knows what's gonna happen.
I know. So I don't expect anything. There are no expectations.
Hey, Ben and Cheese Crackers wants to know if I'm his grandfather.
Well, I had no idea that Delilah had so many children.
Me neither.
Yes, Acacia. Gentleman hands. I just now have this theory that Delilah has Zuko as a cat as a distraction from the reality that she has so many children.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know where she hides them every time we go over.
I know. Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, Emily.
Hey, Lucky.
Hi, Lucky. Are you really that lucky? We don't hit with our fist, we thrust with our tools. Okay. All right. Fine. So Rachel and I do need to go into town. Just if nothing else, to hand off this piece of paper.
Yeah, we do.
That's the one thing we can't put off.
Yeah, we can't.
TEI tool is thrusting you with questions. What do you mean when you say that word? Define yourself right now.
Oh my God, that's such a good T.I. Tool song.
That's what TI tool does. You're not defining thrusting clearly enough. You don't mean anything. All right, so are we about ready to skedaddle down the pedaddles?
Yeah. Let's take the white one too.
Let's take it. Let's take it with our taking hands.
Thank you for charging it.
Of course, my darling. It is, as always, my pleasure. Are you saying NI thrusting is robotic? Thrusting is inappropriate. Okay, well, how about this, Emily? What about trusting? Trusting's not inappropriate.
No, trusting is appropriate.
Yeah. Because you can trust us not to thrust you. Okay? Just one reason. Yeah, we got to get that fourth task done. We actually did do a fourth task. We ate some food.
Yeah, that is a task.
Yeah, we made and ate food. So that's a fourth task we got done. It was an extra course and a new moose boost that wasn't on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did. I just resolved all of your thrust issues. You can trust us not to thrust at you.
Oh, yes. I thought about music and then it reminded me to take this.
Oh,
thing.
good. All right, I guess that's it then. So we will talk to you later. We'll see you at the movies, okay? And until then, thank you. Until then, please, you also do your best to get a couple of small tasks done. It's going to make you feel A-okay.